tipping culture in the US. This gets me a bit riled up, probably gets you a bit, so let's talk about it.
It's out of control. I mean, everywhere you turn, you go into, I don't know if McDonald's has it, but I feel like everywhere I go, it's Starbucks, they don't take your debit card from you anymore through the drive-through. They literally hand you the machine through the drive-through, and they will say to you, there's a question you have to answer here. And it's like, I think psychologically there's this part of you that's like, oh, I'll give them $1, I guess. And you just click it and you're like, here's $1, or it says 15% or 20% or 10% in a place that you were never used to tipping people at all.
Right. Yeah, typically I don't give tips at places where they don't bring food to your table. Like where you pay up front, I don't give tips. I think that's reasonable, right?
Yeah, no, I agree completely, but I feel like there's a sense of guilt there because, at least for me, like when I see the tip thing, I'm like, I should give you $1. But the truth is I shouldn't. It's like, this isn't a job that's offering more services than it offered previously. It's just the employers or the owners said, well, if you want more money, you ask for tips.
Yeah.
So they're really taking it out of the customers. So if you go into places like Subway and get a $10 sub, and there's the option for getting a tip. So I did a little experiment myself recently with tipping, and I became an Uber Eats delivery driver. And I went out and I did 2 deliveries, and it said expected return on one of them was $7.90. And then the next one was $8.11. Neither of those people tipped me anything. So
that lowered your expected return.
Oh yeah, I mean I spent more on gas than I did getting money. So I ended up getting $7. I spent 40 minutes delivering, and looked at it. I did 2 gallons worth of gas. Ended up costing me $9, and I made $7. And I spent 40 minutes of my time, and I was like, so essentially, if you're a DoorDasher or you're an Uber Eats delivery driver, if they do not tip you, you're almost losing money depending on your vehicle.
Yeah, I did Uber for a while, and I realized I don't think I was earning money. I think I was basically exchanging depreciation of my vehicle for money, basically.
Prices and the amount of driving, and if no one tips you, it's like, in 40 minutes it was $7. So when I think about the tipping culture, it's like, it was kind of interesting to me because I was on the one side where I was irritated with this whole tipping constantly. They're ready to start saying you can tip at a retail store for purchasing items. Like, I'm going to walk into Dollar General and they're going to be like, can you give us a tip? And it's like, what? Where does it stop? So, but
yeah.
But I feel like it's having a reverse effect on like the DoorDash drivers. And there's that video that went viral with the 25% tip guy.
I just want to say, it's a nice house for a $5 tip.
You're welcome.
Ooh, so sounds like a little bit of an expletive there from the Dasher, kind of an attitude. $5 tip on a $20 pizza. So that's, 25% tip. Then in a series of posts, the DoorDash customer who got the exchange on her Ring camera, doorbell camera, or whatever, said, how much should I be tipping on a $20 pie? She says she herself has worked in the service industry for more than a decade and tips, in her words, very well. So what happened to the DoorDasher, the driver? A spokesperson for the company confirmed that a worker has been removed from the platform, basically fired, in connection with this, saying that respectfully asking for a tip is acceptable, but abusing or harassing someone is never acceptable.
I mean, I think that's ridiculous. Even, to be honest, even asking for a tip, I think is pretty ridiculous,
Yeah. For sure. I mean, I'd have been happy if I got a $5 tip on anything I did for those 2 deliveries.
Considering that it's 25%. I mean, when you say it's a $5 tip, like that doesn't sound very much, but it's 25% of the order. So that's over the usual 15 to 20% range, I guess is pretty normal, right? So it's actually a pretty good tip. And who cares what someone's house is like? Even if your house is made of gold or whatever, you're still not going to tip like $20 on a $20 order. That's or $10. That's a 50% tip. You know, it's a little ridiculous that the guy would even consider that she would tip more than 25%.
No, yeah, it's totally ridiculous. I mean, it's entitlement, right? So he
Right.
felt that since they had a nice house, he was entitled to a larger tip. And the bottom line is he got a tip. That's amazing. Good for him. So that's kind of how I look at it. It's like that's pretty good actually that he got $5. Again, I would have been happy with it. I wouldn't have been bad. Now, Starbucks unions are
Oh, they're asking for it, aren't they? The electronic tipping thing.
they're pushing it so that they make more money. I mean, the unions get paid from their workers or from their union members. So whatever it does to increase the union members' bottom line,